When I tell you it does not quit, it does not stop every single day. I don't know if it's getting bad or worse, but it seems like it's getting worse for Asian businesses. Asian businesses, you know, the Asian Americans, they felt that, okay, black people, you're not that serious. And they had one of their own individuals, this Asian man, come out to kind of like threaten black people to let you know that you cannot live without us. You need us. And when I tell you, he should have never done that, because that gave black people the battery in their back that they needed. When I tell you, black Americans have been so resilient and not going and spending money at the Asian Americans' stores. The Asian American boycott is still going, and it's going to spill over to July. And Asians want to know, when will it end? What do they have to do to make it stop? So let's look at some videos. People are still speaking out about this. I love when you guys comment. I just want to say thank you all from the bottom of my heart that you guys comment, share, and subscribe. I appreciate that. And let's see what's really going on in these streets.
Because Asian guy, if you're so bold, if you don't need the black dollar, here's the thing. Do what the white...
Now that Asians are reacting to the Asian boycott by foundational Black Americans are getting scared now. They're feeling the pinch. They're feeling the threat of their economic situation inside the United States. The fact of the matter is, globally speaking, Asians and Latinos in general have more economic output, and they have a lot more economic influence to determine whether or not someone's culture is going to become successful internationally or not. That's how like acculturation sort of happens. It's kind of related. You need influence, you need money, you need power to some kind of degree in order for you to expand your influence, especially culturally. So Black Americans are in panic mode because they're picking fights with everybody, and some of us are pulling out.
On today's episode of Chimps Be Chimp, and apparently there's a boycott that's in place where basically a bunch of people of a certain demographic have decided that they're not going to do business at businesses anymore, like nail care supply stores, you know, hair care supply stores, beauty supply. They're not going to go to any type of salons. They're not going to go to any gas stations or liquor stores. Pretty much anywhere where the owner or employees even remotely look Oriental. Which, first of all, as if you ever paid the bill in the first place. Y'all go in there, get your nails did, and then you walk out the fucking door without paying. Or the beauty care supply store, you're not going to walk in there. Wow, suddenly they're probably not going to deal with theft problems anymore. You're going to come on social media and advocate for boycotting innocent people's businesses, taking away business from them because you're mad about something that someone else did when you don't even know what the nationality or ethnicity of that man actually was. But you're going to look at people and say, oh, they got squinty eyes, they must be the same ethnicity. And then you wonder why people look at you and can't see the difference between you and the fucking animals in prison. You want people to start seeing you as an individual, as a human being, then start fucking acting like it. Don't come on social media and bitch about prejudice, bitch about oppression.
Somebody in one of the comment sections was like, Andy Milonakis need to chill. First of all, bitch, how are you going to lecture black people on some type of prejudice or discriminatory action while using a racist epithet like chimping out? That lets me know right then and there that you were a racist before this whole boycott thing happened. All of these strong sentiments that you have towards black folks, you already felt like that before the boycott thing. Like, she up here lecturing us like she's on some type of moral high ground, like she got some type of moral compass, while she's sitting here talking about how we get our nails done and then we just walk out the shop without paying, or we go into these little corner stores and we just take shit and we're stealing from these stores. Like, first of all, what you're saying does not even make fucking sense. How would they even be in business if everybody was in there utilizing the service and then walking out without paying? If what you're saying is actually accurate, then maybe the boycott thing, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing that black folks don't come in and patronize your business, because you're talking about us like we're a liability. So if we're such a liability, then why do you care if we take our business elsewhere?
Black people are boycotting Asian businesses after one incident, but they're still shopping at white businesses. First off, this isn't one incident. There have been multiple cases of Asian people hate criming and unaliving black people, specifically black children. And it's almost always been done by Asian people who own businesses that are catered to or marketed toward the black community, which is weird, but it's what they do. And yes, I know this comes as a shock to many, but black people are going to feel more disrespected by a fellow POC group that's really in the same boat as us, treating us poorly. The same thing goes for the Hispanic community, for example. Black people get so hurt by them saying the N-word and being racist toward us because we're supposed to be the ones sticking together, not going against each other. I don't understand why that's a hard concept for y'all to grasp. Also, and there's plenty of Asian people that will tell you this themselves, a lot of Asian people, especially Asian Americans, crave white validation, and that's exactly why they rather beef with the black community and pick a bone with us rather than the oppressors that we both share. So if we're using that logic, aren't Asian people also doing the same thing? Let's not forget the H-Mart drama. Fighting racism with racism isn't the answer. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that there aren't racist black people, especially right now. We have racists in our community just like every other community. But putting those people aside, boycotting has nothing to do with race or racism at all. There's nothing wrong with black people noticing a pattern and deciding to spend their money within our own community than with Asian people who want our money but not our presence. And I'm saying this as a black person who recently had to stop shopping at my go-to beauty supply because I was accused of stealing by the Korean owners. I was not stealing. I literally touched my pocket because I thought that I had dropped something, and this dude flew from behind the counter to accuse me of stealing and then started looking real stupid when I said I didn't have anything in my pocket. I do not suddenly hate all Asian people for their actions at all, and I can understand why my community is fed up. I can also understand where some of y'all are coming from, and I'm not going to sit up here and defend blatant racism because I'm not a racist. I don't seem to understand that the reason why most black people are upset right now is because a lot of people from the Asian community are also using this as a time to spew racism and deflect instead of just simply admitting that this person who is a part of their community was in the wrong in this situation. They're making videos saying that we're chimping out over being reasonably upset about a young black boy dying for no reason. Somehow every single video I've seen of an Asian person or a non-black person talking about all this discourse still won't address the amount of racism coming from Asian people, and is instead trying to pin it all on the black community. Y'all are showing y'all true colors right now, and the lack of accountability is the real.
I love what this Asian young lady says.
I have seen more Asian Americans being upset at the fact that Black Americans are threatening to boycott Asian businesses than I have seen Asian Americans speaking out against the murder of Cyrus Carmick Belton. A child who was murdered at the hands of an Asian man. And this has everything to do with race, especially when anti-blackness is so deeply rooted in our community. I have said this a million times, and I'll say it as many times as I need to so you can get it through your thick skulls. The only reason why Asians exist in America in such a large population is because Black activists fought for our right to be here during the Civil Rights Movement. White people did not want us here. It's not enough for Asian people to just be not racist. You have to be anti-racist, and you have to be speaking out against these injustices, or else they'll continue to happen. We absolutely owe the Black community solidarity, and the sooner that we realize that we're not much different from each other is the sooner that real change starts to happen.
It is very refreshing.
You know what hate is? Us saying we're going to spend our money with our own people until we get the respect that we deserve is not hate. Us saying, based on not this, also previous experiences with bad customer service, disrespectful attitudes in our neighborhoods, we're going to shop with our own. That is not hate. That is not hate. Saying we're going to spend money with our own people is not hate. That is effective strategy. And our own people promoting their services to us that we may not know about, as far as nail techs, Black-owned hair supply stores, Black-owned businesses. That's not hate. That's strategy. I don't understand how you feel saying we're going to support our own is hate.
I think we can all agree that Rick Chow should be in prison. He shot and murdered a 14-year-old boy. However, why are we combating that with racism against one another?
People like to say don't fight racism with racism. Yeah? The question should be, why am I fighting racism in the first place? So it's okay for the aggressor to keep being an aggressor, but as soon as I fight back, all of a sudden, we have to not fight it with racism. We have to calm down, whatever. So it's okay for you to do it. When I do it too, it's a problem. Why? I don't care what anybody says. If you are racist to me, I'll be racist back. I don't care. I don't understand that logic. Genuinely, I don't understand it. All of a sudden, let's not fight racism, but why do I need to fight it in the first place? Why?
Hot take, but boycotting Asian businesses is not racist. Now, there are a select few of black people that go out of their way to be rude to them, but that is, I feel like, a very small percentage of them that are just very salty. But a majority of them are just spending their money at black-owned businesses and nail shops and hair care, at black-owned places. And I don't know why people are so mad, oh, we should stop all racism, we should do this. I'm like, yeah, we should, but you guys are not going to do that with the anti-blackness in your community. And I'm not saying all Asians are racist. I'm not saying all Asian businesses need to go out of business. I'm just saying that boycotts are put in place for change to happen. No boycott lasts forever. And we, at least I, just want a lower level of anti-blackness. So, and this isn't the first time a black child has been killed by the Asian community. And it is very disheartening to see also just the legal system not protecting us, but are we really surprised? And within this whole black and Asian fight that's going on, I just see on both sides people generalizing, especially they're like, oh, but what about with the blacks didn't do this when this happened? I'm like, okay, but we're talking about now, honey? Or just black people playing out rude and be like, oh, you should get ice on them. I'm like, okay, that's so unnecessary, y'all. I do agree that both communities would be really good if we did work together. And I know that we're not always going to be in perfect sync because there's always going to be those people within our communities that are just haters, purely. But it's so interesting to see people's opinion on this boycott and think it's an inherently bad thing, because also there are still black people going out and they're not participating in a boycott because they think it's stupid. And I feel like not only is it less of a boycott, it's more of putting money into black-owned businesses rather than Asian businesses. And maybe that's what makes some people mad. I'm quite not sure because I'm not in their brain. And honestly, it's just so interesting to see people's different opinion on this. And when they are talking about how the black community is being racist, they also are generalizing to the entire black community. And then there's people that are like, oh no, they're doing, it's fine that they're doing this. It's super interesting to watch. So I honestly think that, well, what the black community wants, I mean, I'm not a spokesperson for the black community, but I think what they mainly want are just a majority, not everybody has to say this, but I would say a majority of Asian people being like, it's not right to kill a kid over a supposed stolen bottle of water that wasn't even stolen. Because if we can kind of deconstruct the anti-blackness in the Asian community, even just by a little bit, I think it will do such good things for our two communities together. And of course, I'm just a black woman. I'm not here to speak on the entire behalf of the black community. So
that we as Black America could stick together and stand on this, because I feel like we could show them better than we could tell them. See, the problem is they think that we need them. They do not understand the resources that we have within our community, because sometimes we don't even understand the resources that we have within our community. We're always trying to upcharge. We always trying to scam each other, and we're never sticking together. And so because of that, it's easy for the fucking enemy to infiltrate and to get in. Because now you think that you're bigger than the program, but you're really not. Because do you know everything that you do, I could go to a black person and get a black American, and I'm very heavy on the black Americans because the other ones, they don't fuck with us. So I fuck with who fuck with me. But I can go to a black girl and get my nails done. I could go to a black girl and get some good ass fucking Chinese food. Matter of fact, my stepmother, she made me some fucking good ass sushi rolls the other day. Okay? I could fucking go to the goddamn black owned beauty supply store. But unfortunately, our businesses do not always stay in business for a long time, because instead of us supporting our community, we always supporting the next community that don't value us, that don't fucking respect us, that treat us like shit. I really wish that we could just come together to show them that we don't fucking need them. They need us, because we are the spenders. I step outside, $1,000 gone. Don't even know who, what, where, when, how, and why. It's gone. But I just feel like if we could really come together, shit will fucking change. Because motherfuckers' bank accounts will start looking real funny.
So you got black people talking about how they're going to boycott Asian businesses, and then you have like Asian people coming on here, like complaining or giving their take on black people doing that. And as a 38-year-old black man, one thing I notice when I see all this going on is how y'all don't seem to understand how to appeal to black people at all. And every time I see an Asian business owner get on here and say you shouldn't boycott us, you don't understand you're making the matters worse. So let me teach you how to appeal to black people. If you want to appeal to black people, you have to be preemptive. Like you can't say something after a black person has complained about it. You have to do that. Like you have to come from the very beginning without being told. For example, like my mom. Let's say if she wants the house clean, we all can see that it's dirty. The moment she has to tell us to clean the house, it's already worse. Like you see it dirty, just go ahead and do it. You saw an Asian man kill a black boy, shot him in the back. That's the time to say something. Y'all didn't say anything then. Y'all were very quiet. You didn't really care. And then when black people say, you're not going to get any more of our money, now you are speaking out about it. And it's mostly the money part. Like not, hey, that's terrible. It's don't stop giving us your money. When ICE is deporting Mexican people, black people are vocal. When the president is being racist against people who aren't black people are vocal. When the police are treating any race unfairly, even when they're treating white people unfairly, black people are vocal. However, when a black kid dies, the only people that are vocal are black people, no one else. So then when black people are saying they're going to boycott your businesses, it has absolutely nothing to do with racism or the hatred of Asian businesses or anything like that. It is the instinct to protect the people who will protect us. You saw the guy come on TikTok and he is talking about how dare you boycott black businesses. Like he's trashing black people all while dressed like a black man. It's like so many people love the culture, but they don't love us. And we don't understand that. And in those situations, black people don't get violent. Black people are just like, you don't support us? Fine, we won't support you. And in this situation, it's like a follow the lead kind of thing. It's like black people, we were supporting you. Like black people supported those businesses. They then learn the people don't support black people. So then they're like, okay, well, fine. That's what it is. So the point is you can't just support black people when it benefits you. Like you have to just be a decent, kind human being. And when you see people being treated unfairly, regardless of what their color, you got to take care of them. That's the only thing black people are trying to convey.
Don't you ever tell white people, these black BLM idiots, don't complain about white people. Because they are the only reason you guys are not slaves. Yeah. The white people ended slavery. Be very grateful. These are your brothers who fought for you. Your white brothers fought to save your ancestors from slavery. Everybody was doing slavery. Stop your stupid excuses.
Yeah, so something that needs to be addressed. Asian people. Asian people obviously don't understand that they're not white. I know that they try so hard to assimilate into whiteness against black people, of course. They try so hard, but you're not white. The white people don't want your ass here in this country either. They don't. If you know your history, there was a time in this country where you weren't here. You weren't on this land. You weren't. It was based on the fact that black people are the ones who fought for civil rights. And once Civil Rights Act was implemented, that allowed your ass to come over to this country. But you want to get over here, you Asian people, and acting all nasty to black people, looking down on us, staring at us, acting like we're suspicious. Who the fuck do y'all think y'all are? Looking down on us. You should be kissing our asses, because if it wasn't for black people, it wouldn't be no brown people over here. We fought for that. Our people fought for that, not yours. You get the benefit from it, but you didn't fight for it. So don't bring your Asian ass over here looking down on us.
Threatening to boycott Asian businesses than I have seen Asian Americans speaking out against the murder of Cyrus Carmick Belton. a child who was murdered at the hands of an Asian man. And this has everything to do with race, especially when anti-blackness is so deeply rooted in our community. I have said this a million times, and I'll say it as many times as I need to so you can get it through your thick skulls. The only reason why Asians exist in America in such a large population is because Black activists fought for our right to be here during the Civil Rights Movement. White people did not want us here. It's not enough for Asian people to just be not racist. You have to be anti-racist, and you have to be speaking out against these injustices, or else they'll continue to happen. We absolutely owe the Black community solidarity, and the sooner that we realize that we're not much different from each other is the sooner that real change starts to happen. I have seen
her toes done, and Tammy said, okay.
I love when the Black community says, let's boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well.
And just like that, he gave me the push I needed to leave Asian nail shops behind and find me a Black-owned nail shop. I found one. It took a simple Google search. I'm headed out there tomorrow.
So you saw all that, and I just wanted to add my 2 cents. The first time I was ever called the N-word was by an Asian man. And this is me growing up in Boston, right? And going to school in Wellesley, Massachusetts, 99.9% white. Literally just a school bus of Black children were at the school, you know, of 600 plus kids, whatever, grade 1st to 5th. And first time I was called, I think I was like 19 years old. And I was catching a taxi from like the train station. And I was waiting for the taxi. And yeah, this is back when taxis were the thing. And I was waiting for the taxi, and he pulled up. I put my hand on the lever, right? The door handle. And I was waiting. I've been waiting for like 10 minutes. It was actually raining. I was waiting for like 10 minutes. And then this Asian guy comes out of the train station. He just pulls the handle. He literally just walked up and pulled the handle. And I was waiting there for the taxi, and I had my hand on it already. So when I looked at him, I was like, I was waiting for this. Like, go. Like, this is not your taxi. And he literally said the N-word. And I'm not going to say, I don't think, I might get banned. I don't know. I worked too hard on this page to get banned. But he said the N-word. And I looked at him. I was in shock. Because, like I said, Boston, Massachusetts, Wellesley, 99.9% white. Never been called the N-word. Big old age of, I think I was, 18 or 19 or 20. Between 18 and 20. And yeah, he called me it. And I got in the taxi. And I was like, did you just... He was like, yeah, I heard. And I was like, he's like, I'm sorry. I'm like... Yeah, no, thank you. And it was just weird. It was a weird situation because not much had happened except for I was waiting for the taxi. The taxi pulled up. I put my hand on it. He came and rushed and grabbed it like he was just going to get in. Like, and I was going to just let him get in even though I was waiting for it. And it was raining. Like, weird. So, yeah. I knew at that point that they really didn't like us. But up until then, I didn't know that they didn't really like Black people until that point, until I had my own experience with it. And shocking, but not surprising. And the fact that this guy got off, I'll do a whole nother post about that, but the fact that this guy got off when the Black kid didn't even steal the water bottle, as video evidence proved. He didn't even steal the water bottle, but you chose to leave your store and leave a customer inside your store to go run after the Black kid who actually didn't steal your water bottle or any water from your store. Make that make sense. You went after a kid who you thought stole your water bottle, what, $2.99, $1.99, let's say $5.99 if it was glass. But you left a whole ass stranger in your store next to the register alone to go get the kid who stole the water bottle, who didn't actually steal the water bottle, and you shoot him dead. You unalive him. And you get off, and you get off, and you get off. You're not even in jail because of this. So the fact that we're boycotting these businesses, I completely agree. What I do not agree with, though, is people calling in to the Asian restaurants and having these massive orders, 10 orders, 50 orders, having them make it, okay, whatever. But wasting food, I don't agree with wasting food. People everywhere, even in America. We used to say, you know, people in this country, you know, are starving. People in America are starving. Don't do that. I don't think they're giving it away. They might just be throwing it away. So please, whatever you do, just boycott the business. Don't call in large orders.
When we see non-Black people stand up and be allies, and particularly in this situation, an Asian person particularly, and there have been many who I've seen on social media who are taking a stand and saying, yes, you know, we were raised to feel a certain way about Black Americans, but also to acknowledge the fact that if it was not for Black Americans and the Civil Rights Act and the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965, they wouldn't even be here. So again, kudos to all of the Asians and non-Black people who are truly being allies and speaking truth to power.
I can't even lie, y'all. Right now, I am so proud of the Black community. With all of these tragic events Black America has been hit with lately, we have been able to take these negatives and turn it into a positive. After the tragic murder of Cyrus Belton, a 14-year-old Black kid who went inside of a store and was falsely accused of stealing water, who then ran out and was chased down, shot in the back. Rick Chow, the gas station owner, an Asian man, was then found not guilty. As a result of this, Black people decided that we need to boycott Asian businesses, which is kind of unfair. But what I need Asians and all of these other minorities to understand is that this is a reaction to something that we have been seeing time and time again. 40 years ago, Latasha Harlan shot in the head every little time. She didn't even go to prison. And just the overwhelming amounts of anti-Blackness from the Asian community. A lot of times with these stores in our neighborhoods, they profile us, they discriminate against us, they talk shit, they don't respect us. So with this situation with Cyrus Belton, Black people are like, why give our money to people who do not like us? And it's sad because at the expense of Asian business owners, this has caused a rise in Black solidarity. Black people are now shopping with more Black owned businesses. They're supporting each other more. We're loving each other more. So if you are a viewer of mine and you're not Black, you're a minority, I need you to understand that is where the frustration is coming from. It's coming from a pattern of Asians being used as foot soldiers for white supremacy. And the way I see it, man, I do want everyone to live peacefully in America. But I think that in order for us to have that, Black people have to establish solidarity within our own communities first. And you know, I'm just sitting here thinking like the way that we support these Asian businesses, I don't really see that in return. I don't see a lot of Asians in the soul food spots. I don't see y'all, you know, in the Black salon spots. So a lot of Black people have the mindset like, hold on, man, let me just rock with my people more. It should just be a no-brainer because this is what everybody else do. You know, Asians, they have Chinatown, they got all these, they support each other. That's one thing I can give to y'all community. Y'all are solid. And as Black people, that is just something that we are trying to establish. So y'all know me, man. I'm pro-blickety Black to the fullest, but I do want to have nuance to the situation. I feel bad that this is at the expense of, you know, some of the good Asian business owners. But at the end of the day, we have to prioritize ourselves in order to actually establish this solidarity that the whole world wants. It's only right that we put ourselves first. Now, what I want to do to carry my load, y'all, is I want to start promoting some Black businesses on this channel. I'm going to make a new business email and it's going to be in the description of this video. Whatever your Black business is, it don't matter if you sell comic books, if you do paintings, if you sell jewelry, if you sell toilet paper, no matter what it is, shoot me an email, give me an overview of your product, send me your website. And what I want to start doing is dedicating the last couple of minutes to my videos of just supporting Black businesses. And all of this is going to be free of charge. I don't got to pay me or anything. I have a huge platform and this is the least I can do, man. So shoot me an email. If you know somebody with a Black business, send them my email. So yeah, man, make sure y'all do that. But in this video, we are going to look at some reactions from the Asian community and just see what y'all folks on, man. So right here we have, an Asian young man and he says, we're going to boycott Asian businesses. And he said, but there are no other grocery stores in the hood. And this whole thing right now is just bringing these people true colors out. I be telling y'all this all the time, like with Twitter, the Asian community, all this type of stuff.